Welcome to Portugal and race 4 of season 2. We've had a very successful practice session where we've managed to basically get as high a knowledge of the setup as we possibly can. We've got ourselves level 2 on qualifying trim and on soft tyres, so hopefully that will help us in qualifying. Speed balance is the hardest thing to work out. I haven't got it nailed on for either, but as you can see in terms of handling, we're pretty good. Downforce is another difficult one, but they were 3rd and 6th, so I'm going to go with what we've got in this qualifying, and fingers crossed we have a good one. To be honest, I want another good weekend. I want more points. I want us pushing to be as high as possible, because you know what, we're a decent team. We're decent lads in it. And Nicholas Latifi definitely needs to start performing for this team now. So just look to get him ready for his lap. That's perfect. We now send out George for his lap. Will Latifi get past ahead? He will just. It works out just so we don't hold up Latifi, which for a second I was a little worried we were going to. I do miss the 3 qualifying slots. The excitement of getting through to Q3 was something incredible. I suppose coming the end of the season it was just something we expected. We were doing it quite regularly. Latifi, what's he doing in terms of lap times? That's the question. So he's 1.1 seconds down. Russell's already 4 tenths down after sector 1. He's got to look to try and use for a bit of slipstream, and I think he flew through there, so he's 3.5 down. He was actually quicker in sector 2. He's right behind this Red Bull. 4 tenths down. That puts him second. That's a really good lap time from George Russell. That's an insanely good lap time from George. Now we just wait. We will be sending definitely Latifi out. Will we send George back out? I don't know. Well, we might not have the chance to send him back out. Now we're going to send, like I said, we'll send Latifi out. See what he can do to improve. P12 isn't the worst qualifying start he'll ever have in his life, but it ain't great. So we want to get him. So he's got a bit more in the tank. There we go. So he's ready to go. You know what? Because I don't see softs being such a big thing in the race, we'll send him out again. We'll send our George out again. Why not? Fingers crossed. He might even be able to improve and threaten Lewis a little bit, but I do think the slipstream from Latifi did help at times during that lap. But Mr. Saturday is going to be at it again. Latifi is going quicker, and we might have messed up George's lap here. Nope, they are on perfect. So Latifi now P7. Ricciardo has gone up to P2. Russell's now down to P4, and he is tumbling. He's 2 tenths down after sector 1, so he's probably not going to improve enough unless he's quick still through sector 2 and 3. 3 tenths down. He's not going to improve, I don't think, unless he's really quick here. No, he's not. George will start P4. Latifi will start P10. There's a chance of points in this. An absolute definite chance of points. The rain, we'll have to judge what's going to happen regarding the rain. At the moment, judging from that, looks like it's going to rain pretty much all race. No, it's sunny at the moment. We'll have a quick look to see whereabouts this rain is coming. I mean, from this, it's about, is that lap 23? There's maybe a little bit of rain coming. Lap 23. Now the question is, how far are the hard tyres expected to go? Could we make them last? That's the question we got to ask ourselves. If not, is it just worth not doing it? So 20 laps. We ain't gonna make them last 23, are we? So do we then just do soft to medium and then into the wet weather? Which still might not get wet enough really to warrant inters. I think we do soft to medium in the hope that it gets wet enough for inters. That's what I'm going to do. So they are going to stay soft. We're going to change their knowledge because at the moment that would mean I don't think hards would get used. So we're going to take hards off. We're going to put the soft tyre knowledge on, and hopefully it'll be better for us. Anyway, here is the grid. So it's Lewis Hamilton on pole with Daniel Ricciardo on the front row. Max Verstappen is third and George Russell starts in fourth after an excellent qualifying. Bottas starts fifth alongside Checo in sixth. Lando Norris is seventh alongside Pierre Gasly in eighth. Yuki Tsunoda with a good qualifying in ninth as Nicholas Latifi starts 10th. Sebastian Vettel and Nico Hulkenberg are alongside each other in 11th and 12th. Carlos Sainz starts 13th with Fernando Alonso in 14th. Charles Leclerc will start 15th. Kimi Raikkonen in 16th. The ninth row is Guan Yu Zhou and Esteban Ocon with Giovinazzi in 19th and Felipe Drugovich starting in last place. Let's head down for lights out. So George, if he can get the start here, he's had a really good start. He's got away well, but he's got caught up behind Ricciardo, so he's going to lose that place to Bottas almost immediately. Latifi's gained a couple, you know, and now he's under pressure from Tsunoda, who is past. But George, what a move! He's got up into second. Simply incredible. Simply incredible move from George. And now he drives. And he'll use ERS, as will Latifi, just to try and combat, maybe gain a place or two here or there. So Russell is second, so he's pulled that little bit of a gap using that. Latifi's up to 6th. So at the moment, it's a really good start to the race for Williams. Max Verstappen will always be a threat behind. That is inevitable. But us and Lewis, well, Lewis has just skyrocketed away and he's just opening that gap with ease. He's won this race already, I believe personally. He's 5 seconds up the road. As we stand, we are 2 seconds ahead of Max, but we're kind of pulling away from Yuki, and he's just freed up Bottas, so Bottas should start to really gain on us as well. Latifi is going backwards now. It hasn't taken long, he is starting to go backwards. And George, his gap is coming down a little bit when it comes to Max. And we'll just wait to get around here and we'll just use that little bit of ERS to maybe combat it a little bit. The gap is coming down and Latifi is battling with Vettel for the final point spot as things stand. Will those cars on the hards be able to go to the rain? I don't personally think so. And George is doing alright. He's actually fending off Max a little bit, opening that gap. And now they're using the ERS a little bit, so we'll use a little bit of ERS to try and combat that. Bottas is 4 seconds behind Russell. That is insane. Absolutely insane. I've got to start thinking about pitting. Ish. I don't want to really start thinking about that too early. I know it's coming. I know the pit window is coming for us. But I don't think it's just yet. Get him to use that there. I'm thinking maybe Latifi in first. Oh, Max is in this lap. Max is in this lap. So we'll come in this lap, which is lap 8. The rain will last to the end of the race. So we will go to inters. It's about lap 22, 23. Which is 14 laps away. Or do we just put him on the hards to make sure he gets there and he can utilise them a little bit? I think we go mediums and we just put him on conserve. That's what we're going to do. We're going to put him on mediums and conserve. It might mean he loses a few places, but it will mean he definitely will not have to pit again. So he will go out. Latifi will stay out for this next lap. There's George. He's actually lost the place to Verstappen in the pits. We're just going to use that ERS to make sure we don't lose Verstappen altogether here, which we haven't. And now we have to make sure we pit Latifi. And he can go on to conserve. And the aim for both drivers now is to make sure these tyres get to the rain. So like Nico Hülkenberg, the two Aston Martins are going to battle with Russell, you'd believe, or at least try to. But we're on faster tyres, we're on fresher tyres, so hopefully we should pull away. We're probably going to lose Max. I think the second place is probably gone. But there's still every chance that we could get a podium here if we can get these mediums to last until the rain. So we're going to whack that on with him. And now we're just kind of tootling around trying to make sure that these tyres do last, because they need to. They really do need to. We're just going to speed it up a little bit because we're essentially waiting now for the rain. That is all we're waiting for. Latifi's in 14th place. There's a few cars that I've probably got to pit that should hopefully allow him then to get through. And George, it's just about finding the right time to pit for us to go on to winters, because that rain is coming. As you can see, it is coming and it will come. It's all about also, will the tyres last? They should last. Bit disappointing if they don't. Bottas is the threat to George a little bit, so if we slow it down, Russell is in 3rd after all the pit stops. Latifi is in 13th after all the pit stops. And now I'm looking at our tyres and I'm a little worried that maybe Russell's tyres might not get to the rain. I'm hoping they will. Using the RS probably isn't helping, but we do have to combat the threat from behind of Valtteri, who is pushing his tyres as hard as he can. Oh my god, Lewis Hamilton's pit. He's come out well ahead of everyone else still, but he did pit. Latifi is in 11th place. Bottas is closing in on Russell. The rain was expected any minute now. It is going to be lap 23 when the rain hits. Here it is. The rain hits. Is it going to be not wet enough? We're going to pit in this lap for inters, you know. That's what we're going to do. Pit him this lap. And we're going to do the same for Latifi. They're both going to come in this lap for inters. Whoa. We should hopefully make the end. There's only a few laps left. So when he goes, and he comes out, is he going to come out ahead of Bottas? He will indeed. Oh my god, he's hooked up behind bloody Aston Martin. Bottas gets stuck behind him. Please. So now, when it comes to Latifi, we're looking at the cars. Is he going to be going quicker than them enough to be able to get the time over them for when they pit? Lewis and Max are still out, which I find insane, if I'm honest with you. George is now coming up behind, and Bottas is past us, which is really annoying. I don't know what that's why, because we're on bloody conserve. I forgot about that. So George is in 4th, but surely we're eating that time to Hamilton. Surely we're eating that time to Hamilton. Okay, I know. Ignore. There's only a few laps left. Okay, fine Latifi, ignore. There's only a few laps left. Verstappen has pitted. He had enough time to pit. He managed it. It isn't going to be a podium for George, because yeah, now Lewis has pit and he's out and away as the leader by a country mile. Fantastic from him. Latifi, on the other hand, he's in 9th place. Absolutely incredible from Nicholas Latifi. In fact, shouldn't we, last few laps, let's just go for it. Let's go gung-ho. We've got nothing to lose. Yellow flag. Drugovic is out. Are we going to see a safety car to end the race? No. Russell is 4 seconds behind Valtteri. And it isn't getting any better for him, unfortunately. So it is going to be a 4th place finish for George Russell. Latifi looks pretty much set up to finish 9th. It's not bad. It will be a double point finish. And you can't moan at a double points finish. Yeah, it's not bad, it's just not exactly what we were maybe hoping for. At one point it looked like we could have got ourselves a podium, but obviously the pace of the Mercs is just insane. It really is, absolutely insane. When it comes to Latifi, we obviously pitted the right time with Inters because he's gained a few places out of it. With Russell, well, we had to combat seeing Bottas pit, didn't we? That was the key with that. When we saw Bottas pit, we had to combat it to stand any chance. But we didn't in the end finish above him. We do finish 4th, which for us is incredible anyway. Latifi is 9th, which is an extra 2 points. It's a double points finish for, I believe, the 3rd time this season, maybe the 2nd. But I believe it's the 3rd time this season. Correct me if I'm wrong. And this is starting off to be a really good season. We're going to get the money in as well, another 2.2 million I believe it is we get for finishing above 7th, because we get an extra 500 grand on top of what we'd normally have. So I think it's 2.2 million will have come in now. There you go. Williams are 3rd still, 57 points. It's not bad. We've lost these two. We've lost Mercedes and Red Bull, and we're just seemingly in a battle of our own with Alpha Tauri for 3rd. And it's going to be very interesting. Very interesting to see how the season pans out, especially with us not really being able to make any changes to our car at the moment because of the lack of money. I'm hoping the lack of money will change. Oh, he's got a dodgy neck, so his fitness is down. But yeah, 2.2 it is whenever we get above 7th place in the race. So it's 19.6 million. We're starting to get back up there in terms of money. In terms of the Drivers' Championship, Max Verstappen still leads the way with 63. Lewis Hamilton is there 2nd on 60. Bottas has got 58. Russell is quite comfortably the 4th best driver in the championship, and Nicholas Latifi is in 11th place with 16 points. And then as you see, that's the constructors. Uni Virtuosi will be going straight back down, it looks, at the moment. They don't look like they're going to pick up any points, I won't lie to you. Alpine struggling as well though. I believe Haas are doing well in F2, so it should be Haas coming straight back into F1. But all in all, very, very enjoyable weekend, a very enjoyable race. And that is South Africa next up. If I remember rightly, I quite enjoyed the South African track last time, so I'm hoping it'll be a good weekend for us. Another good result, hopefully, for George Russell. Is there any rain on the forecast? There is not at the moment. It is going to be a sunny weekend. I think the rain helped us out this weekend, so it's a bit of a shame. But either way, if you're going to join me in South Africa, please drop a like on the video, give us a subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.